Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to Long Live the Queen. Let's just get back right into it, shall we? So we've been doing quite well with our different... Oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, so being quite interesting setup in terms of our resist and wield magic. So I'm just going to continue on the path that I know so far. So I'm going to resist magic and wield magic. Actually, let's swap that. You learn to direct beams of light through the end of a staff, burning whatever you point at it. By concentrating, you can create a wave of disconnect which panics, confuses, or enrages other people. You learn how to directly counter offensive magic with your own power so that you can burn out a spell that someone else has cast. Very dangerous if the other spell is too powerful. Increase the effectiveness and skill and power, which gives you innate resistance to mind-affecting magic. Receive a report of an outcome of the battle against Elixir Knights. You succeed in driving them out of Marie, but it costs you about 3/4 of a battalion of soldiers and a great deal of material. You lost 772 soldiers. The Duke of Mean would be happy, but we could have done better. I will sneak out. Father won't be happy. I definitely need to do one of both for the lumen. Oh, so close to Weird Magic Max. You learn to shape light into images of things that are far away or things that don't exist at all. You learn to create powerful explosions of light, burning those who caught with it, blinding others look at it. You understanding the flow of power gives you increased resistance to damage caused by magic, even without a shield. You can still be hurt, but less than an ordinary human would be. There's a woman here to see you. She wishes crowdfunding for her project. Thank you for seeing me, Royal Highness. I come on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where if any citizen afflicted with the disease can be brought in for treatment. Sensitizing researchers could help people who don't have doctors of their own. Yeah, I'll invest. We'd be happy to invest in your venture. There's actually one other thing I would like to do, but I'll do that in a moment. So I'm going to sneak out again. But yeah, there's one other thing I would like to do. So I can do... if I do... Hidden stats, which is... Type Lassie I equals 909. So that should be I'm kind of curious in UI.text Lassie. So Lassie equals percentage S equals percentage Lassie. I'm kind of curious on what that would do. Oh, okay, so that actually tells me what my thing is. So if I do... Can I do this? So that tells me what my cruelty is. Equals 5. My noble's approval is 4. So it only shows me one of them. And my commoner's approval is 24, but I don't know what that'll do. But I'll do commoner's approval, I guess. Actually, no. Let me do Lassie percentage. No, but that doesn't actually show me that. Okay, interesting. Anyways. So, let's see here. So, skills. I definitely want one more wield of magic. What else do I want to do? I guess I'll do divination. So that's what? Wield magic and divination. Let's real magic, and then faith and divination. Yeah, weird magic in great distances. Oh, I didn't even read what that said. Quest the same judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crowns. Your Highness, the slan dares to beg your pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own rich sister, Corsac, the Duchess of Mead. His other full sister is a wife, and his mother's a duchess. Family ties are complicated. She had right. She's unharmed. We caught the copper in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Justices, them devils killed me brother and broke me ma'am's heart. Lied to her, they did. When she went to see why he would not come back, she'd gone far for a soldier where she never would. You weren't the only one neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my back. That's my justice. You see, completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. This might be something to do with the last Duke of Mead. He was involved in all sorts of scandals. Ask the Earl of Lore about her story. I need to know if she has any justifications for her actions. However, directly accusing a noble of murder would cause an uproar. We must circumvent. Is it possible that a relative of this woman may have met an untimely demise at some point in the past? That is not impossible. However, if that were the case, it would still have nothing to do with the Corsons. The person who might be involved is already dead and buried, and not much missed. Well then, as you see, divine justice has already been carried out. You blame an innocent woman who might not have had sympathy for you if you had told her the truth. Not all nobles are the same. I never thought. You'll have time to think about your actions in the dungeons. She should be hanged. She acted for the love of her sibling. Surely you can understand that. No one else needs to die. Guess I'll sneak out again. I guess classes, faith divination, and I will do meditation, I guess. What is my mood looking like? Okay. Guess, yeah, let's just do this. So that maxed out divination. You study the stars and learn about the omens they hold, with warrants of the stars seen. You learn the priestess have other ways of requesting omens, but they won't share them with someone not initiated. Close your eyes and visualize a crystal ball floating through the air, moving past your eyes. You can visualize the space around you so you can see the home with your eyes closed. Fun. You are walking around one day in the gardens, and you hear a strange and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. Now in daylight and dead leaf, someone important will die in the next few months. When you return to a castle, your father is waiting for you. There are reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the old forest. What's a Keithong? A beast with its body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak, and spikes on its back. Yeek. Several disappearances in the southern colors have already thought to be the work of this creature. What do we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. So we just let it eat people? Everyone dies in the end. I'll sneak out again. I guess I'll do some more meditation. Yeah. Remember, the Festival of Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for commoners, followed by the grand gala for nobility. There will be dancing. As queen, you'll be expected to lead the procession, to take part in the ceremonial planting, and possibly give a speech. However, since you're not yet crowned, it is not required and may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Outside the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it and decide later. Word has come from the factory for the books that you funded. They are assembled enough equipment to begin printing press pamphlets. As the royal response is your right to decide the content of the first printing. Poem is praising my say poems praising my mother. What I want them to print is a memorial for my mother, how beautiful she was and strong, noble, and wise. I don't want anyone to forget her. That is very thoughtful of you. For a moment he blinks repeatedly and does not speak. There's a letter for you as well. It's from Brainy. I went to school with her, but she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't her let come home for the holidays. She's bored and looking for adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest for her. Guess I'll just do some lore. Nothing more to learn about lore. Today is the procession and planting the festival of the Good Lady. Will you leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If he leaves you, there's no recovery. I would rather not go. No, I guess I'd rather stay here. You've watched the procession from your tower window, feeling safe but lonely. Suddenly you hear someone moving around inside your room. You turn in surprise, but it's only a maid. My lady, should you not be in the procession? It's a major festival there, but there are other ways to celebrate. Confess your fears. Can't go outside, there might be assassins. Oh. Sneak out. Let's see. I'm gonna do since we're gonna have to do the dance eventually. I'm not sure what I want to do necessarily. I feel like if I do, I'll do composure. Yeah, so. Ready for the grand ball? All the nobles in demand here to see you see the queen. All around you, the rich and powerful pause their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler upon them all. You let their eyes rest upon you each in turn, and you've been taught, impressing upon them, that you are not a child, but a queen. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kinlan alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. You look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say, everyone. No one can begin dancing until you do. You can pick whomever you want, and you will not be denied. Not everyone in the noble family with eligible sons has dreams of royal weddings. Your choice will raise some hopes and dash others. Feuds could be born here. The Duke of Kinlan has not yet named any of his sons as official heir, but his second son, Langley, was always kind to you in school. If you wish to show favor to Kingly, Langley would be your choice. The Duchess of Lilith is currently held in regency for its young heir, Alier, who's only 12 and a head shorter than you are. Alier is rich territory, and at least little Alier wouldn't take any liberties. Dancing with Baronian, the Duke of Mirian, could be quite awkward if you did not actually wish to marry him. He has been waiting years for a powerful heiress to accept his suit. Not all nobles are created equal. You can marry someone charming and important like Errol and Mima, a territory too minor for anyone to consider a threat. However, the major families might eat him alive after. If you wish to distract your attention from your marital prospects, you could choose someone clearly ineligible, one of your uncles or an older man like the Earl of Ishtar, or even a woman, though that would be mildly scandalous. I'll do Langley, I guess. He bows to you with great courtesy and begins to dance. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his steps like a part of you. Now every move is a mystery. You've been tutored in dance, of course, as has your partner, and it's simple enough to move through the motions without mishap. Between dances, there's time for guests to mingle and chat and sample tiny bits of exquisite food. You interact comfortably with your peers, leaving a wise word in every ear. You notice that Fabian, the elderly Earl of Titan, is not looking entirely well. Could this have something to do with the omen the owl brought you at the disruption? Fabian is the father and regent for Adir, the young lord of England. The boy is only 12, years too young to assume the full title. Tragedy is common visit for Leithline. His mother, Kellyan, died in childbirth, and her mother and sister died when Kelly herself was a very young girl. Fabian dies before Adir's of age. There's a succession crisis in Iliath. Talk to him. Lord Fabian, might I have a word with you? I'm concerned about the future of your son Aldir. My mother's death made it clear to me that we are all mortal and solid plans need to be put in place. You worry for a moment about how the man will take such a subject, but he only sighs and nods. Some of my family would claim that I have already lived forever and could continue to do so, but the mornings do grow colder. I hope to see Adir become a man, but I know that might not happen. I know she is no blood of his, but I say leave the boy with Aesir and her blood Lillian. Her youngest three are near old enough to Adir's siblings, Adeline especially. She dotes on him. The other children are too old. Adir has never known them, and his grandfather, well, he and I will never settle on how he should be better. It's too late now. Still, I'll never trust him with Clylier's son. Pass your hands. Good little girl you are for thinking of me. Well, what good will come? Adir comes running up to his father. Dad, I got punch on my shoes. You leave them to deal with that problem. During a lull in the music, Banyan, the Duke of Mean, taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting a clear note ring out throughout the room. If I might have your attentions, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her bravery and courage keeps our borders defended. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe the nobles that you rarely see. There's Gwendolen, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than you and due finally to inherit the control of her duchess soon. Or Adeline, the youngest daughter of the Duchess Liliana and a fierce sportswoman. She was a few years ahead of you at school and the absolute terror of the ball fields. No, Brini, she has said her parents were leaving her stuck at school for the season. Her parents are here, dancing together, the Duke Consort clutching his Duchess possessively tight. Strange, there's no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunt and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come. Mareva should be close by. There's something itching your senses, something familiar. Then hates you, on the shoulders of Lumen. Go talk to your aunt. Aunt Lucille, may I speak with you privately? Of course, dear. You withdraw to a small side room. I can sense your powers. You're a Lumen. What? I am too. That's how I know. Can't you sense that? No, I can't. She looks down, shaking her head. I do have a lumen crystal. I found it years ago. It called me, but I don't know anything about magic. I can make the crystal appear and disappear, and I can block out the sound with it, that's all. I don't think that's true at all. There are traces of old magic around here, too faint to make sense of it, but strong. Why keep it hidden? It's not illegal to be a lumen. Magic is dangerous. Everyone knows that. People might think I'm an evil witch. They wouldn't trust me. Look how much trouble the Duchess of Ursel has. Please, Your Highness, don't tell anyone. Offer a court position. What I think I should tell everyone is that you are my new Lumen Minister. What? Lumens have power. If you train with me, you'll become even stronger. I want that strength here to defend that capital. You'll have status and recognition, and no one will dare to call you a witch. What do you say? I accept. Good. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family, isn't it? Sneak out. You sneak out of the castle to have a little fun. You enjoy your freedom. What else do I want to do? I guess I do want to do decorations and voice. Let's see here. So, expression, decoration, voice. Of course, I get a huge bump to it. Wander downstairs to visit your father and talk about the latest events in the domain. You're moving with such enthusiasm that you don't realize that father isn't alone until it's too late to avoid him and his companion. You're too kind, Jocelyn. Count Siren, not a member of your circles, but she's a bit more of a decade your senior, far too old to have been your friend, and yet not old at all as noble women go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasps. Take a deep breath. Shame her with silent scorn. You meet behind your eyes and imagine your mother's disapproving presence behind you. Your cut little pales and she looses her grips on your father's arm, mumbling an apology before hurrying out of the room. You have defeated her. When she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. Don't give me that look, young lady. She's a nice woman, nothing more. She wants something more. And it's not going to happen anytime soon. You should be careful in how you deal with people like Siren. You need goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. There haven't been any problems so far. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. Isn't that what I have agents for? Yes, but you must give them direction. What is your greatest concern? Foreign threats. I need to know if there's any foreign powers are moving up against me. As you wish. Sneak out again. And I guess I'll do the same with decoration and voice. Yeah, I think that's probably my best bet right now. Oh, not quite max. It's time for you to decide any necessary adjustments to the royal budget. The majority of the money we received is already spoken for, but there's always some room for discretion. Based on the records and notes of your current expenditures, if you maintain the current rate of attendance, you still have 9,898 gold lassie and 11 silver tasses available for special projects. You can't imagine for any reasons that you need to spend so much. You could afford to lower taxes. 4,000 lassies a year should be enough to cover any military surprises for the rest of the years. Any little trade disruption shouldn't need more than a few hundred lassies sorted out, at least temporarily. I'll lower taxes. I think we have enough money. Let's lower taxes a little, as you wish. Walk in the gardens. Let's do... What do I want to do in terms of skills? I guess I'll do instruments. That should hopefully do me some good. And I'll max out for instruments. Your request is stand judgment. A man has been convicted of murder by strangling his wife. He does not deny the act, but requests a pardon that might be set free. If you admit you killed your wife, why do you think I'm going to set you free? Save me, Your Majesty. It wasn't my fault. Demons made me do it. Everyone knows the power of these magical beasties. They used me, twisted me. They twisted my fingers into chains. My wife found me screaming. She tried to shake me, and the chains wrapped around her. I need the priestess to bless me and make me clean again. Demons. It's Man Illumin. Where did he get a crystal? Question about the crystal. It was the demon's magic that killed your wife, not your own magic. So you know what I am. He throws out his hands, and his fingertips elongate into flowing strands of gold. Die! Golden chains slash at you like whips. With so much warning, of course, it was easy for you to resist. His attack bounces harmlessly off your shields, the chains flying back to the direction of which they came, where they find an easier target. Before your eyes, the renegade Lumen is choked to death by his own powers. After a moment, an orange crystal materializes next to his body. Guess I'll have to take that for safekeeping. Visit tomb. And with that, I think this is probably a good place to save this episode here. Cancel. Do save there. With that, I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path, wherever they might lead you into the future. Bye-bye, and hope to see you guys again soon.